Hey everybody who is watching or may watch later. I'm Katie.
I'm Jason, and we are the Board Game Mechanics. You know who we are.
You know us.
So what we wanted to do is, we wanted to talk about some games that didn't make our top 100. We have a lot. I have a lot. Katie may not have as many as me, but we have a lot still.
I just threw out a whole bunch, so I have a lot as well, but you know my memory's bad.
After I did my fake news list, I threw out some. So we're going to talk about games number 200 from 101, but today, tonight I guess, we're only going to talk about 200 to 191, because we don't want to be here all night. We had a time change, we're tired, and you get the point. So,
I burned my tongue.
We can go ahead and get started, I guess. Do you want to go first or you want me to go first?
I never get to go first in the podcast.
All right, go for it.
So I'll go first. My number 200 is the newest in the line from Keymaster in the Parks universe, and that is Trails. So Trails is like Parks Light, in my opinion. You have a very short trail and you're just moving back and forth. There's some set collection going on. That is all you're doing.
Yeah, you're moving your person from one place to another.
Right.
Yeah.
You have some goals, but you're just kind of going down the trail, turning around, coming back. And I forget how many times you did that, but you did it a couple of times.
Depends on player count.
Again, it is beautiful, obviously, but there's a lot less choices. It would be, if I never played Parks, Trails would be great, would be much higher. But I'm sure I'll talk about Parks on the podcast sometime. But if you're looking for a really simple, easy game, the bits, again, are nice. They're just now selling, Keymaster, I believe, is selling like the deluxe bits. So like the acorns look like acorns, and it's so cute.
But the base game has cubes. I like cubes.
I like the special bits, the fancy bits. But since this game is my number 200, we will not be getting the fancy bits, I'm sure. But still a good game.
We don't own this one anyway.
We don't own this one?
This is Brandon.
Oh, I thought we did.
No.
Never mind. We definitely won't get a fancy bits because we don't have it. But my number 200 is Trails.
All right. So I think a lot of the games on my list, I don't know if we own or not. It doesn't matter. But when we get out of the 100, I own less, and we own less of them. So just keep that in mind. So my number 200 is a game that I've played, I think, twice. And even though I've played it twice, I still don't really understand how to explain it, which is not anything new. I mean,
we own it, right?
No, yeah, it's right next to you.
That's what I thought.
And it's called Burano. Burano, that. And what you're doing in this is you're effectively building... Okay, so you have different colored cubes. They're these big chunky cubes. You're using these cubes to build like an action selection pyramid. And the actions you can take are actions that you can get to in your pyramid. So you're going to put a pyramid on top. That's the first action you can take. And each color is going to represent an action that you can take. You're going to try to get different kinds of cubes to build these buildings around Burano. They're going to have different colors. You're going to put roofs on them. You're going to go fishing. You're going to move your boats around the islands to collect some resources. It has everything that I like in games. But it's a beast to teach, as a lot of these games are. And that action selection pyramid is crazy. It is hard to plan that thing out, and one mistake and you're in trouble. So it's fun. It has really nice art. It has good colors for like cool. a Euro game. But yeah, I don't play it a ton, which is why it's kind of low. But I do like it. So that's Burano.
It's for Empress 4, so it's not like the Germans did it, so it's prettier.
Yeah, like they do some other games that I'll talk about later. Maybe not on this list, but in the actual podcast, Empress 4 has some other things.
You assume the role of a family leader trying to gain reputation by building houses, trading fish, and gaining control of lace workshops. The player with the most reputation points wins the game. There you go. Easy.
Yeah, but that's high level. I doesn't tell you anything about it. Yeah, it's a good game. If you haven't played it and you like Thinky Euros, you should play it. It's cool.
I've never played that.
I played it with Brandon, I think, twice.
Never me.
No, I played with Brandon a lot more than I played with you.
I know, but Thinky Euros I like. My number 199 is not Thinky. I don't think we do own this, right?
I don't know what it is, so I can tell you.
It's Pursuit of Happiness.
No, that was Chris's.
Oh, we don't own this game, but we played it quite a bit for not owning it.
I borrowed it from Chris for like 2 months, 3 months.
Sorry, Chris. I really like this game. It's $199. So again, yes, 200, 199, but we have a game collection of 400 some games, and
we play lots of games that aren't those games.
And and I play other games too. So Pursuit of Happiness, you were like, it's like the game of life, only like a gamer game of life.
Yeah.
And that's why I like it, because I actually like the game of life. I think that's really fun. So you are, you eventually could get a career or just work side jobs. You can get a relationship.
You can get married and have a piece on the side, like you do.
But there's a lot of stress that comes with that.
That's true. Not like I do, but like some people do.
Yes, because you would be dead. So you're like managing your time, you're managing your stress levels because, working is stress, relationships are stress, children are stress. They also cost money. You're trying to have things in your life that are fun and enjoyable that kind of balance it out. There's just a lot of really cool stuff. And if you like the game of life, but you want a little more, I would definitely check out the Pursuit of Happiness. That's $199.
Yeah, there is an expansion too, I think, but we didn't play that. We just played the regular.
Because we don't own it.
It's good. It may be a little long, which I think is why I don't know if it's on my 200 list, but
it's your whole life.
Right. It's not in my top 100. I know that, but I do like it. I like it way more than Life because that game's garbage. Yeah, good pick. So my number 199 is a game that we don't own, but our friend Chris brought it over.
We haven't owned any of these yet.
Burano.
Oh yeah. Okay. Well.
So my 199 is a game called Tungaru. I don't know how you say it. Tungaru.
Sure.
I don't know. And I've only played it once, so I'm trying to think of what you're doing. I know there's boats that you're traveling around to these different islands. Mm-hmm. You're trying to use actions to put totems out on these islands to claim like an area control thing. You're trying to recruit people to come work for your town to help make your actions more powerful. And you're also, at the beginning of every turn, you're going to be picking a card that's going to give you some kind of special ability, and also I think do turn order or something like that.
I think Fred just played this.
Yeah, but that doesn't help me understand what it is.
I know.
He just posted pictures.
But we have pictures of it on the road, but it has some really cool bits.
Yeah.
That I like the little shells and stuff.
I know that I liked it, and I know some of those things that I just said about it are accurate, but there's more to it than that. It's a Euro game where you're moving around trying to collect things and recruit people and score points, fulfill contracts and all that kind of thing. But the way that it does it is kind of neat with you're moving boats around to different islands and all that. And it looks great. Euro games are starting to look good, so that's a plus. So my number 199, Tungaru, whatever you want to call it.
Yeah. My 198 we also own. We actually own this one first. And
what's up, Scott?
Hey. Yo, Scott. And that's Blackout Hong Kong. And at first I was like, what? It's over here. I keep looking.
It's behind you.
Okay, well, it's back here. I keep looking for where it is. I honestly don't know what the theme is for Blackout Hong Kong, really.
So, there's a blackout in Hong Kong. And you are aid workers trying to go around and rescue people and secure different districts of Hong Kong so people have food, water, and all that kind of thing.
And I think I've only played it once. But I really like, there's some really interesting mechanisms in it where you've got these workers and you want to be able to use them, and you also are trying to get yourself more workers, like different types of workers to do different things.
It's got a little deck building.
Get a doctor. Yeah. I just remember the doctor. There's other aid workers in there, but the doctors seem very important.
Because you're going to get people who die when they're out scavenger hunting or get sick.
Right. And you get to collect resources then, and then you're kind of also doing area control, which I don't like on the map.
Yeah, a little bit.
Yeah, but you're making those connections for some reason. That's
how you secure the districts. If you secure the district first completely, you score a pile of points based on the size of the district. So you're racing. Everybody can go to those spaces, but you're trying to do it first.
I liked it. It would probably be higher, I think, if I played it more.
Yeah, I haven't played it a ton either.
To understand it, but I like just the different kind of mechanics, several different things that are going on. So that's why it's my 198, Blackout Hong Kong.
It's a good one. I don't know where it is on my list, but I do like that game.
It's probably higher, I think.
I think it is. You might be right. So my number 198 is a game that's in a little book from a company called Facade Games. They're actually really close to us. They're from Columbus, and that's like an hour away from where we are. And it is called Tortuga 1667. Now, I'm not going to say that this is my favorite one because I don't know it's on my list. But I've played this one the most, and I really like it. So what this game is it's a hidden role game kind of where someone's either going to be on the French team or the British team, or if there's an odd number, they're going to be the Dutch, and they're trying to spoil there's going to be one Dutch person, and they're just trying to make sure neither of the other teams win. If you're on Team Britain, you want to make sure there's more gold on each of the tug-of-war areas in your favor. If you're on Team France, you're doing the same over there. The way you're doing that is playing some interesting cards that are going to move people around on these boats that are trying to go to islands. If you're the captain, you have special powers. If you're the first mate, you have some special abilities. It's not hard. You're playing a card. You're doing what the card says. You're taking an action. And once, I think the deck runs out or some in-game trigger happens, wherever the gold lines up is who wins. So you're trying to figure out who's on your team. You're trying to give people who are on your team the black spot or maroon them on Tortuga so they can only fight over like one chest while you're trying to fight over the other like 6 or something.
But they could become the mayor of Tortuga.
They could become the mayor of Tortuga. So there is some good there, but you have less power to move some of the chest around. But yeah, it's still really fun. I enjoy it a lot. It has really awesome production, like all of their games. Little like mouse pad board. It just looks amazing. Bits, components, awesome. So if you like hidden trader or hidden role games, I guess there's no trader. Hidden role games, secret team games. Check it out, and it's like $20. So price point is great. So number 198, Tortuga 1667.
The Dutchman is the traitor.
Oh, that's true. He's a spoiler. Yeah, that's true.
My 197, we also own. It is a staple, one of our very first games. Definitely one of those intro level games, and that's Royals.
Oh yeah, we haven't played that in a long time.
Yeah, it's
down there.
Oh, we used to be up here.
I move stuff around.
Jason moves stuff around all the time. I don't know where anything is. I'm like, oh yeah, the game's back here. It's not back there. So I'm surprised I like Royals because there is area control to it.
That's all it is.
Yeah. So you're playing cards. Has a ticket to ride aspect where the colors are the different controlling areas of Europe. You've got, I shouldn't hit my mic. You've got France and Ireland and
a lot of European countries.
Germany.
Yeah, I don't know.
Romans.
Ohio.
Countrymen. Let me hear it. So several different factions, and you are trying to play different numbers of cards to be different levels in those different areas to kind of have control over them so you can get points. It's pretty basic, but it is a nice game to teach people to get them into the hobby. It teaches you area control. It teaches you like set collection. You score a couple different times during the game. And then the coolest part I think about it is when you tie, the tiles actually split in half and you each get part of the points. And I think that representation is really cool.
Yeah, no, I'm surprised other games don't do that. It's crazy. Hey, Mark, what's going on?
Hey, Mark.
Glad you could catch a live video, too.
We're really exciting. So I'm just talking about my 197, which is Royals. Again, still, my top 100, a good game. I have not played it for a while, but...
We played it for a lot.
I've played it a lot. It is a great intro game. I think it's... I keep looking for where it's not. It's one of the Dice Tower essentials. But there is a reason. It is a good game, a great one to get people started on.
And it's easy to teach. And anybody, if you play Ticket to Ride, you can play this game. Instead of making routes, you're putting a cube down. Same thing.
So this is a nice one if you're like, what do I take to holidays, maybe, to try and get some non-gamers to game with me. Royals is a good one. Especially if people are interested in like history or, that kind of stuff. They might be intrigued by Royals.
True.
So 197.
Good. All right, so my 197 is a little card game that we picked up. I don't know why. I think Melanie, one of our fans in Canada, she's a member of the Riveted. Yes, she's in Canada. We'll forgive her.
It's not like she rode the moose up and like dumped it at our doorstep.
But she posted about it and it looked cute. So we saw it at a game store and I thought, that'd be really cool to kind of get that. Oh, sorry. I've messed up. No, it's not. No, Tim is not an expansion.
Tim's not watching us.
I don't know.
I don't think.
Well, he can look at it later. So my number 190, what number are we on?
7.
197 is a game called Ohanami. And this is just a little card game. The box is about this big. It's really tiny. It has, I think, like 130 cards, something like that. Every card is different to 1 to 130. There's 4 different colors, pink, blue, green, and gray. And what you're trying to do is you're trying to build these 3 fountains, or these fountains out in front of you. Gardens out in front of you. And each garden, you can have 3. And each garden, when you play a card, you either have to play a card higher than your highest card or lower than your lowest card. So you're trying to make sure that you're not putting cards that have too big of a gap in there to kind of limit the cards that you can play on each fountain.
Because
garden. Sorry, I don't know why I call it
because you can't put a card.
Right, because you can't put a card in the middle. So either higher or lower.
Once it's played, it's played.
So, and then each of the different colors is going to score. I think blue scores all 3 rounds, the least amount of points. Green will score round 2 and round 3. Gray will score only round 3, but it's the most points. And pink, you're trying to get as many of them as you can over the 3 rounds, and however many you have is going to score like more points. So if I had like 15, I'd get like 100 points or something. So you're trying to figure out how to build these gardens. I said it right. And play the colors that are going to help you score the most amount of points. It's really easy, but it's kind of burns your brain a little bit trying to get those colors down there to score in the appropriate way. There's a video on YouTube if you want to go check it out so you can see it in action, because that description was awful. But it's a really fun little card game. Plays 20 minutes, only to 4 players, but 2 players, 4 players, it all plays about the same time. So go check it out. So 197 for me is Ohanami.
I think that's higher. I don't know if that's my top 100 or not. I've played the crap out of this game.
You've played it more than me, I think, actually.
With lots of people, lots of different people, lots of non-gamers, because it's a very accessible... Card games, I think, are a great way to get non-gamers in, because most people have played cards. Especially here in the Midwest, we're always playing euchre. A lot of people have that as a background, or Uno, or Rummy, or whatever. So this game, like, I've taught it. Everyone I've taught it to loves it.
And the rules: play a higher card or a lower card than a card you played. They're done.
Right. Everyone.
You know how to play the game.
You get a hand of cards. You take 2. You play them, and you pass. You pass it.
Pass it. Yeah. So it's a drafting game too.
Yeah. But the rules are simple. But then it's like, ooh, every card is points. So
it's true.
You only got 3 gardens. You're like, oh, I've got a 63. Do I jump from a 20 to a 63? Do I can't put it over here. I can't. And do I throw it away and just give points up? Like, there's some good tension in it. Like, I love a game that's small, but just packs a lot of decisions, choices, and Ohanami is definitely one of those.
Yeah.
That wasn't even my pick, and I talked about it forever. Okay.
Good job.
My 196 is such a ridiculous themed game, but I like it so much so that our friends got rid of it, and I'm like, oh, let's buy it. And that game is Wooly Whammoth.
Oh yeah.
So this game, you have a family of like cave people.
Hey, look, I know exactly where the games are.
Oh.
How about that?
Isn't it? It's like cartoony and hilarious. So you have your family of cave people, and you are a mammoth is charging at you. So you're playing cards to determine how far the mammoth is going to move, what your people can do. There's some special powers based on your cave family. But you're pushing your luck because you want to stop right in front of the mammoth so you can actually kill it and your family can eat, and it's great and you get points. But if you judge it wrong...
You also have to make sure the mammoth is far enough back as well.
Right, because if you judge it wrong, the mammoth will just trample you.
Yeah, and you die.
Or if the mammoth is too far off, you rush past the mammoth and you fall off a cliff.
Yeah.
Or you fall into a tar pit. It's just ridiculous. It's like simultaneous action selection where everyone has the same deck of cards, I believe.
Yeah, I think so. But everybody has their own player
ability that's kind of just for your family, but it's outside of your cards that you're playing. And so the mammoths move based on the joint amount of cards played.
So you can make them move positive or negative depending on, if you know somebody's trying to get close, you can make it charge real far or whatever. Yeah.
Right. And so it's this like push your luck, silly themed game. The art's cute.
I love this game. It's so stupid. I love it.
It is. And I feel like it's under the radar. So check it out. 196 is Wooly Whammoth for me.
Yeah, if you like push your luck and stupid theme, I shouldn't say stupid, silly theme, this is definitely one you should check out. Yeah. It's bizarre and silly. My number 196 is actually a flip and right and some rolling. So it's a flip and roll and right. And it is called On Tour. Katie probably likes this better than me. I like it. I don't know why it's this low, but I think there are other roll and rights that I like better. Like I like silver and gold better.
I do too, but
On Tour, basically you're rolling these dice and flipping these cards to determine where you're trying to take your band on tour through America. The trick here is you can only go from low number to higher number in your route. So if I'm at a 1, I want to go to a higher number. So I'm trying to get the numbers in a good like system so I can travel around as many cities as I can. I'm trying to visit as many cities as you can, and some cities have stars, and they're going to give you more points. So you're trying to just plot your course across America the best you can to visit the most cities and score the most bonus points. There's a little bit more than that. The cards tell you where you can write the numbers, and each of the dice you're going to do both numbers on the dice. So if I roll a 2 and a 4, we're going to write a number in 24. We're going to write a number in 20 and 42, and then we're going to have 3 cards out for locations that we can write those numbers in. It's really easy to play, but it's not really easy to play because it hurts your head. Like plotting that route out is hard. It's really hard. It's so hard. When you get down to like the last like 4 or 5 places, you're like, oh, you're sitting there like staring at your board. You're just Xing stuff off because you can't write any numbers anymore. It's rough. So good game. If you haven't played it and you can find it, or somebody has it, check it out. It's fun. So my number 196 on tour.
Yeah, and that's from BoardGameTables.com, which I think is the craziest thing. They also have a European version now that I would really like, and we should have bought. Europe
and USA are in the same box now.
Yeah, it's like double-sided maps, which I think is
nice.
Is really cool, and I would like to own that.
But ours is actually better quality than those new ones.
But ours doesn't have Europe.
But ours has really nice.
But we could play 8 people.
We could play 4 people with ours.
Anyway, I'm sure I'll explain it better when it comes to my time to talk
Whatever.
I don't know when that is, but I do like it better than Jason. My 195 is a game that is very tiny. I really hope we own this, but because I haven't seen it since we played it. And that game is Mandala Stones.
Yeah, it's right there. That's not tiny.
It's so big.
Yeah, it's a big, huge box.
What?
Katie doesn't know what she's talking about.
I'm confusing it with the box for the Rain game.
Oh, Gentle Rain?
Yes, but I've never played
completely different
I've never played Gentle Rain. I just realized that's what I was thinking. No, so Mandala Stones, I don't remember how to play it at all, but I remember I liked it. This is so terrible. It's an abstract game, and I don't normally like abstract games.
A really pretty abstract game.
It is so pretty, and that's probably one of the reasons why I liked it so much, because it was so pretty. Yes. And I think I won. So that was the 2 reasons I liked it so much. So
you got these little, like, tall, like, cylinders that you're going to put between 4 sections of Mandala Stones.
That's right.
And whatever, there's a design on all 4 of them, but there's 2 different designs, so 2 of each design. When you go there, you have to take all the tokens around that match that design. Gotcha. Then you're going to take those tokens and put them on one of your scoring spaces on your little board in front of you. And then later on, in a future round, you can decide to do scoring. And they're going to score 5 different ways. It could be different colors. It could be how high the stack is. I'm not sure. I can't remember because we haven't played it for a while. But there's 5 different ways you can score. And you're just trying to get the best stones that you can get based on the limited options that you have. And you have an in-game goal card, which is kind of worthless. I don't think they really serve that much purpose.
Oh,
but
I liked it. I got my game.
I don't like that as much, but the way the gameplay works is really good.
Well, and I like that the different method of scoring. So you're stacking up these stones across your scoring board, and when you decide to score, you're scoring
the top of all of them, and then you can do as long as they're the same color,
right? And then you can do it again, and then you can do it again as you move down the stacks. So you're not just picking stones for right now to score, but you could also be picking stones for later on, which I think is really cool. And it's so pretty. Again, an abstract game. Again, easy to play. I put this here to match these different types of symbols. But now I'm like, ooh, but do I want those symbols? Does that work with what I have here? Can I score this? What's somebody else going to want that I don't want them to have? Again, very basic game, but lots of thinking options. Really so that's why I like it. Now that Jason has refreshed my memory, I hope we'll play it again.
So, hey, hi, Liz. Thanks for joining.
Hi, Liz.
I'm sure you're talking about Katie's lovely face. It's probably not mine, but if so, thank you. I know I'm adorable. I mean, look at this.
Oh, my gosh. From Australia, yeah?
I don't know. The only one I know is Melanie because she's from Canada.
Sorry. We like Australians, too.
Yeah, well, we have a lot of people that watch us in Australia. I don't know why.
I don't know why.
Maybe there's just not a lot of opportunity there.
So, yeah, my number 195 is Mandala Stones. I'm pretty sure you did a video on it.
Yes.
So you can check that out.
And see how it actually plays.
For better than my description. But it's good.
There is also a video of A Gentle Rain, too, since Katie mentioned that. Not on our list here, but...
I've never played it as a solo game.
So my number 195, right? Is that what we're on? Is a Stefan Feld game. Now, this is pretty low for a Stefan Feld game, but this is probably one of his his lighter ones. Although I do really like it. It's fun. I've played it a lot. Okay. And it's called La Isla. So what you're doing in this game is you are programming some actions. You're going to have this little player board in front of you. And what you're trying to do is you're trying to go out onto this map and collect different sets of animals. Like you're discovering different types of creatures. There's like a weird squirrel. I don't know. They're weird. Like a big mosquito. I don't know. But basically what you're doing is you're putting your little meeple down. If you play a certain card, it's going to allow you to put some meeples down. You can put it on the board. And if you have like 3 of your workers in like a section, you can capture all of these different types of tokens. And you're trying to get majority of a lot of these tokens because you're going to score a pile of points based on how high this like discovery track is. So when you discover one, you're going to bump stuff up, and when you play cards, you're going to bump stuff up. So the more tokens you have, the higher they're worth points times the discovery. It has some really cool card play that's not coming across by me talking about it, but just think Feld, and that's what you're going to get. So you're 3 different phases in the round and set collection.
I can't help you. I've never played this.
Yeah. I mean, it's good.
It's all news to me.
Set collection and some interesting card play. That's what you got going on. And I like it. It even has minis. It has minis in it. That's right.
Animals?
No, mini explorers, guys. Oh. But yeah, it's a really good game. I got it for a super cheap deal one time, and it's Feld, so I gotta like it. So my number 195, La Isla. I thought you did play this. I really thought I played this with you.
Collecting animals? No, that does not ring a bell at all.
Yeah, I don't know.
I don't either. My 194 is a game about music, which we really like those, and that is vinyl. So in vinyl, you are making different record collections based on a couple different criteria. Do you want them to be rare? That was back here. Okay.
Yeah, it was, but I traded that one because we have a new nice shiny copy coming.
Oh. Okay, well, we will have it, I hope.
We did own it, and we will own it again. We just don't right now.
And the neat thing about it is, depending on what type of music you like, they have all these different sets, like big band and 70s. And
heavy metal.
And they've got these like parody names and albums on there, on the cards, as you're trying to curate the best record collection to score the most points. And you're pulling stuff from the bargain bin. You're going out and looking for these particular things. It's not very hard at all.
Worker placement and set collection. That's it.
But I really like the theme, and that's fun. I have my own very small collection of vinyl that I like, and I would like to do more with. But I think that has like a nostalgia place in my heart, and I think the names and the art is cool. So my number 194 is vinyl.
Yeah, I do like this one. I don't know where it is on my list, but I do like it. There's actually a 2-player version that's just coming in, the ones we have that you haven't played yet. That's pretty good.
Jukebox?
Yeah, jukebox. Give you the same kind of feel, but you're just duking it out, pulling some chits out of bags. And pulling chits out of bags, that's so good. Okay, so my number 190, we're not 194? Oh yeah, right. Is a small worker placement game from TMG, and it's called Ars Alchimia. So, just a worker placement game. That's what it is. But the interesting thing about this is you have so many workers. You're going to have these little pawns, which are your workers. And I think you maybe get like 20 or 30 of them.
That's a lot.
It's a lot. When you go to a location, the first time you go there, you can just spend 1 worker. But if someone else wants to go there, they have to spend 1 more than's already there. So, if I go someplace with 3 because I really want to go there and kind of want to block it, Katie would have to go there with 4 to use that same ability. And then all of my workers get sent to the water fountain or like the lobby area or the hangout area to be picked up next turn. Yeah. You're trying to collect these different resources to basically make spells.
It's
like alchemy. You're like converting resources into other things. But effectively, you're getting resources and you're converting them to fulfill contracts. You may get some assistants that come along. You may go hire some new workers that you can use later. That's effectively it. You play over like 4 or 5 rounds, and whoever has the most points is the winner. It's really cool. The board's like this big.
Yeah, it's
not
tiny.
very big. I think we played this in a hotel room actually when we got it. It was
because like the box
super
is tiny,
Yeah.
so is the
It's like twice as big as this box is the board.
Yeah.
And yeah, it's a fun game. If you like worker placement game and you like different ones, or you like Asian game, because this is an Asian game. It's got that. It feels different than a lot of the games that we normally play. Check it out; it's good. You can usually get it for a good deal because people don't really like it, but I like it. So
people don't know about it.
my number 194, Ars Alchimia, or however you say it. I don't know.
I think that's good. My 193 is another abstract game, and I generally don't like abstract games at all. But this game, we got a prototype before it went on Kickstarter, and I was so impressed. And that game's Gorinto.
Oh yeah, Gorinto's good.
It is so good. I'm sure it's over there somewhere, right?
It's right there.
Okay.
I actually think this might be in my top 100. Actually, I like this one.
Didn't you already talk about it?
If I did, forget everything that I just said.
In your top 100.
Oh yeah, it might have been in my top 100 though. Maybe I don't know.
Maybe not.
Who knows? I can look at my list, but I don't want to.
Our memory is real good. So Gorinto, you are you have Gorintos, which are these like stacks of these different. They're really nice interlocking kind of tiles, and they have different signs on them. The different like what is that called?
Like
I don't know why I'm asking you. Elemental.
Yeah, element. Yeah. I know that one.
Elemental name. It's the
Earth, Fire, Wind, Water, Heart, Go Planet.
It's actual characters.
It's Void
for them.
There's Earth, Fire, Wind, Water, and Void.
I know it's like the opposite of heart.
Yeah.
But you have different methods to collect tiles. So one might be to collect 4 around the tile you choose or whatever. So you're collecting tiles and putting them on this board, and then there are different scoring cards. So maybe you score how much the difference between your biggest stack and your smallest stack is, or the difference you score how many are in each stack that's the same height. So you're trying to use these different methods to take tiles, and sometimes you can't get the ones that you want, but you're trying to like get these stacks to match up with these different scoring options. It's really fun. The production is awesome. It's a very relaxing game to me.
I don't know. The way those pieces move is not super relaxing, I don't think.
I felt relaxed.
Like you can only take the top one of like 3 different stacks. That's not very relaxing. That's tricky and thinky and brain burny.
I think it feels good.
And the scoring is super tricky too. Like I know my stacks would be the same, but if I do this, I'm gonna I don't know.
I don't know. Maybe because the last time I played it, I won.
Yeah, probably.
Really
I don't think it's relaxing.
handily.
I think it's great, but I don't think it's relaxing.
I think it's relaxing. The aesthetic is really nice. The pieces are really nice. It's just a nice little abstract game. I could see people who like chess. I guess they must feel that way about chess that I feel about this game, but I'm not smart enough to like chess that way. That game is stressful. But Gorinto is not. So it's my 193.
All right, my 193 is a game we actually picked up at Origins. Yeah, we'll say that. And it's called Four Gardens. This is from Arcane Wonders. It's originally from Korea Board Games, but Arcane Wonders brought it over because it's a Dice Tower Central game. And what you're doing in this is you are basically manipulating this pagoda. There's a 4-level pagoda that's going to have resources on the roof. I don't know why, but you have multi-use cards. Each of the cards can be used in one of 3 ways. You can use it to put it face down to start working on being able to build it. They're like panorama cards. You're like painting them. So you're going to put it face down, or you can use it to rotate the pagoda, one of the levels, a certain way, and then collect resources either from the top down or from the bottom up.
The card tells you.
The card tells you what way. Or the third way you can use it is for the special ability of it. So you may be able to, the wheelbarrow is take resources from your
wheelbarrow
little holder section onto the cards, or move stuff from card to card, whatever, to try to fulfill the contracts. Once you fulfill a contract, you'll flip it over. There's going to be some kind of color or multiple colors up at the top of it. You're going to move up on this track and score some points. If you finish another card that belongs in that same color set, whatever the tokens are, the color is at the top of that one will score, and then the color of all the previous ones that you painted will score. So there's some that have 5 different cards long. If you finish that last one, you're going to score all 5 of those cards. You're just going to keep, compiling, and it's great. So it's a resource management contract fulfillment game, effectively, and you're trying to make sets of different color paintings. But the cool thing is the pagodas that rotate, and you never know what resources you're going to get because people are always going to move it. You might want what somebody just took from you, and you don't have a way to get it back. It's tricky, and you can only hold like 3 resources, or 4, or whatever.
Right.
It's crazy. But yeah, my number 193, 4 Gardens. We also have a video on YouTube. You can go check it out.
I think this one might be higher on mine. I have some issues with how the scoring tracks work.
Yeah, I don't love it.
We've
either.
house ruled some of it that I think makes it better.
And at 2 players, when I played it with Brandon, it is just as bad because you have no one else to mess with. So you're just, he bumped me off like 2 tracks because I couldn't do anything. I couldn't get those colors, and he would just
I don't
love it.
I think I would house rule some of the scoring on it, but the gameplay is really interesting. I really like it.
Yeah, you can sort out the scoring. Don't let that turn you away. The game's still fun. Even with the way the scoring is, it's fine. Just make sure no one's taking control of one track. Try to keep that from not happening, and you'll be fine.
My 192 is a kid's game, and we just bought this at Origins, I think. And I've been playing it with...
I've played it too.
You played it a couple times, yeah.
Yeah.
But Rory and I are dedicated to it. Played it with our youngest daughter, and it is called Detective Charlie. Now, I love deduction games, and I've been trying to get Jason to encourage Jason to get his hands on like the Clue Junior I used to play as a kid, where you had to figure out the missing pet and stuff. I've always played deduction games, and so this is a really cool kids deduction game with the most adorable artwork
It is adorable.
I have ever seen. We have to do a video on this because you have to see these cards. They're so cute. Oh, so you're in this little town. You have this little Detective Charlie. She's a little cat, and you're solving like simple cases like, who took all the chocolate for the town's chocolate festival?
Yeah, it's nothing like murder or anything like that. It's all just like silly little things.
So you have like a clock shape with clues, and you roll a die to see how you're going to move around the clues, and then you have a timer that you move once you hit, like if you roll the timer symbol, or if you
can skip time to talk to anybody that you want.
Yes, you can use the time as like a resource to be able to get to the clues that you want. And so you're using these clues. Then the cute thing is like the box actually holds the cards of the suspects, so you can look at the suspect cards for that particular case. There's 6 cases, and take the clues and then use deduction to decide, okay, it couldn't be them, it could be them. It's a great way to teach deduction for kids. So I kind of sit back and let my daughter play and let her think about it. I'm like, okay, so we know that the adorable Ricardo Raccoon was working from 7 p.m. to 10 p.m. What does that mean for our case? And to let her kind of decide, like, oh, can we get rid of somebody? Like, oh, it says that the suspect wears extra large shorts. Like, how do we know who we get rid of?
Yeah, you can look at the pictures and think, well, that person's short, or they don't have legs, or whatever.
Or sometimes they tell you, like, the extra clues on there. So, it's very simple. It's so adorable.
Sometimes it can be a little tricky. That one case, we were a little thrown off, but Rory actually solved it.
Yes, she solved it. She's like, oh, look at that right there in the picture. Yeah. So it's really cute artwork. It's a great like intro deduction game to help them start thinking that way, which I'm always about that. I feel like I should take it to my college students to help them figure things out. Maybe I will.
Maybe.
Okay, anyway, that's a total sidebar. I needed something to go into my next week's lesson plan. But Detective Charlie, if you have kids, like younger kids, I mean, even up to...
I wouldn't go too much older than like Rory.
I think no older than 10.
Yeah, probably.
I think it says, what does it say? What age? 7 plus?
7
maybe?
plus. Yeah, all those games are 7 plus.
It's
but I wouldn't go too much on the plus.
Right, but it is a nice family game that you can play together, and it's adorable. So check it out. Detective Charlie is my 192.
That's a cute game. It is adorable art for sure. So my number 192, I thought we had it, but I'm really not seeing it anywhere.
Did we get rid of it?
I don't think so. We had two, remember, because I gave Brandon one because it was jacked. It was miscut, and they sent me another one. But it's called Asara, and this is from Ravensburger. I've played this a few times, and effectively what you're doing in this is you are growing different palaces. And you're trying to get palaces to be a certain height. You try to score some points. You're trying to get different colors. You're putting windows in the palaces. That's effectively it. It's a palace building game. It's huge. Takes up a huge room on the table. The board is big. The way that it works is you're putting like cards down on these spaces to say that you want to do that action and all that kind of thing, and then you're just doing what the space where you go, you're taking that action. So yeah, it's fun. Not my favorite game in the world. It's like a Kramer and Kiesling game, I think, but it's not even my favorite one of theirs. But it is enjoyable, and I like it. So my number 192, Asara.
I don't know why this is so high on your list. I think this game is stupid.
I don't think I've played it. I've played it more than you. I like it. The more I play it, the more I like it, actually. And I like Kramer and Kiesling, I think, more than you.
That's probably true. There's too many phallic-looking towers for me.
It's true. They are a lot of jokes. They give you a lot of joke time.
A lot of jokes.
Yeah, that's true.
All right, my last one for the video tonight, since we wanted to keep it relatively short tonight, is a little simple dice rolling game, and it's Order of the Gilded Compass. So in this game, and I don't know, we don't have any expansions, do we?
I don't think there are expansions.
Okay. Yeah. You are going to get a bunch of dice. And then you are going to have all these different locations that require certain numbers or sets of dice for you to score points from them. Is that how you do it?
Yeah, it's basically a Yahtzee, but a game.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And there's different ones that you can pick out, so you can kind of mix it up a little bit. That's why I was asking for this expansion, because I'm like,
there's just a bunch. There's like 4 or 5 different tiles that are double-sided. So, but you only use like 3 of them. So there's lots of stuff in the box.
Yeah, which I think is really neat. And again, not hard. A nice like entry level bridging kind of game for people, because most people like Yahtzee. They like to roll dice. There's something fun about that. So you're trying to like outmaneuver the other people as they're putting their dice out, trying to decide what kind of direction you want to go to get points and how you want to spend your dice, which I really like. And it's just simple, quick, nice little filler game. Anyone can enjoy it, even kids. It's nice for younger, not young kids, but kids. It's gonna really work with your math skills. So I think it's a great little game. It has a light archaeology theme.
Yeah, at its heart, you're like digging for sunken treasure.
Right.
You're collecting different paintings, and you're getting these archaeologists and dig sites as like a set collection type thing. So there's set collection, there's some push your luck trying to get some different types of things, but yeah, it has that sunken treasure archaeology
right
thing for sure.
Which I like that theme a lot, even though it's pasted on. It still is
it can
really
be any theme or no theme,
but it still is a really fun game. So my last for the night, 191, Order of the Gilded Compass.
Oh yeah, this is a good one. I played this a lot, and all the tiles have really great they're different, they're all different. Each of the tiles is going to play completely different what you need, the straights, the full houses, whatever. It's just good times. Mm-hmm. So my number 191 is a game that I think you like better than me. We have a video of this on YouTube as well. I like it, and the more I play it, the more I do like it. So maybe it'll keep going higher if we play it more. And it's called Red Rising. So this is from Stonemaier. I don't know if it's their newer game, but it's a newer game from them. And what you're doing in this game is it's effectively a hand management game. So you're going to start the game with, I think, 6 or 7 cards or something. And on your turn, you're going to take a card. You have a couple things you can do. You can take a card and play it down to a location. When you do that, you can use the ability on the card. It may do something. It may manipulate something. It may let you move up on some tracks. Tons of different abilities. Then what you're going to do is you're going to pick up a card from another section. There's 4 different sections. They're going to do 4 different things. And then whenever you pick up and put it in your hand, you get to trigger the ability of the location. So there's collecting, what is it, helium? No. Helium? I don't know. There's some kind of like element resource. There's moving up on a space track. There's using this, collecting this little metal thing that lets you activate your character ability. And then there's putting a cube in the area control section, the Institute. So you get to do one of those 4 things. And the goal of your game is to try to get every card has some point values, and they may have some bonus point values if they're with certain other conditions at the end of the game. So what you're trying to do is you're trying to move cards around, play them, get cards that you need into your hand to score the most points possible. But you're also trying to make sure you're moving up on the space track, make sure you get some cubes in the Institute, make sure you get some of the red crystal thing, whatever it is, oxygen, helium, whatever.
I don't know.
And you're just trying to do all that, because once 3 of those end games are met, whether someone has 7 cubes, someone gets to space up a certain level, or someone has like 7 oxygen or helium or something, the game's going to end. And then you're going to be scoring up your points, and you want to see who has the most points. So it's effectively, it's just a card game. There is a board, but you don't need a board. It's just a card game. And you're trying to just score the most points. It's a lot of combos. It's basically like an engine builder, but it's in your hand, which is tricky. So if you like that, and if you've read the book, it's based on some kind of book, yeah, go check it out. So my number 191, Red Rising.
I do really like this. I think it's in my top 100. I don't know.
It's clearly not in mine.
Yeah, I really like it because I really like engine building, and it is, you got these multi-use cards, so do I want to play this because I want to do this other thing, but then I want to get this card to match this other card. Like, the card interaction is really good, and it's pretty. I like the artwork. I like the cards. There's always different colors of factions and things. I've never read the book, which I really would like to, but that doesn't really affect your gameplay.
Yeah.
You might understand the interplay of the cards better.
Maybe. Again, the theme could be anything.
But you can read the cards. I like it. I like it a lot. I don't know how much I like it.
It could be chickens and ducks and geese as different factions, and the chicken are trying to peck the geese.
Nobody wants birds. Nobody.
Whatever. They could have used the wingspan birds. They could have missed opportunity.
No, that's out. But it's a good game. I'm sure I'll talk about it later. Just as a recap, my number 200 to 191. 200 is Trails. 199 is Pursuit of Happiness. 198 is Blackout Hong Kong. 197 is Royals. 196 is Wooly Whammoth. 195 is Mandala Stones. 194 is Final. 193 is Gorinto. 192 is Detective Charlie. And 191, Order of the Gilded Compass.
My number 200 is Burano. I can't say it. Burano. 199 is, I picked all games with hard names. 199 is Tungaru. 198 is Tortuga 1667. 197 is Ohanami. 196 is On Tour. 195 is La Isla. 194 is Ars Alchimia. 193 is Four Gardens. 192 is Asara. And 191, Red Rising.
Yeah. So that is our 200 to 191. We're going to try, I don't know how often we're going to do these videos.
Whenever we feel like it.
Yeah, whenever the mood strikes us, to work our way up to our 101 list.
So they won't always be 10. Could be 20. Could be 5. Who knows? Whatever we want to do, we'll do. Whenever we want to do it, we'll do it. So look at the Facebook page and you'll know if we're going to do it.
Right. I think, and you're also going to put these on YouTube?
Yes. Once it gets loaded to Facebook, I'll rip it off there and put it on YouTube. So if you miss this and you want to watch it for some reason, have at it.
But just another way to bring you some other games that you might find, you might want to try out, look into, and just for us to spend more time with you. So check out our podcast for the ongoing top 100 list. And we will work our way from 200 up to 101 then here on the videos.
That we will.
All right. That's all we have. Yep. I'm still Katie.
And I'm Jason.
Keep gaming, everybody.
Keep gaming.